tonight, seeing how a late night live stream goes. I have a bunch of work to do this evening. I sanded all of the side panels for the Leviathan Skyscraper. So tonight, while we're doing some running, I'm going to test out some new cars and stuff. So while I'm having that, you guys are set up on that. I'll be over here working on the panels. You guys can watch the trains, and I'll be happy to answer any questions that you have. So we'll just kind of keep up with it like that. I'll show you. I'll do a little tour here real quick before we get the trains going, and show you everything that transpired today and what I'm doing tonight. So because I did a bunch of weathering today, so on cars, a continuation of yesterday's auto racks. So we'll just see how it goes. We thought we'd try a little bit of a later one because I knew I was going to have to work on these because tomorrow we're doing, like I said, I've got to do the putty because we're going to do the build tomorrow. So I just thought I would go ahead and get this done because the putty has to dry overnight. And I need to do that so I can sand everything real quick tomorrow before I start to glue all the panels together. But I'll show you all that here in just a little bit. So busy day today. We had good snow last night, and so I was up early getting it all cleared out of here for my wife to head to work. And so been up for quite a bit. So I'll show you everything here, and we'll go from there. All right. So let's get over here. Well, first off, I'll show you what's coming over here tomorrow and part of the build. I'll try not to give everybody whiplash here, grabbing this. Okay, so as you know, we were working on this area right here, and tomorrow we'll be finishing up all of the beam work on this. They're being printed tonight. We have the beams that are all going to be right here. We're going to be doing all this in the live stream tomorrow. And the back beams back here, and that should pretty well take care of all of the and all the beams that go right here. So that should pretty well take care of the superstructure right here. So we're going to be doing that tomorrow. Again, tonight we're going to be doing some running. I've got all the engines just kind of covered right now. I do this when I'm not running just to keep the dust off of them, but this is where everything is at. And we'll get the engines started here in just a few minutes. But I'm just kind of catching you up on what's been going on and what we've done. If you haven't been with us before, that we're working on our downtown, our city center. I should tell you we've decided to do kind of a Times Square type of a thing, like a downtown area with, we found these like little LCD screens that are really flat that I think we're gonna get some of those, and we may create, I'm not sure. I've been thinking about doing it right here with buildings on either side and having the screens on the side to where it looks like all the advertisement. We'll just program in all the advertisement and stuff that'll be going so that you can kind of look down it. I may do that, and then we'll reposition the station somewhere up here. Or we may do it on I may do an overpass right here and maybe just cut right through here with some buildings on either side, maybe do that as kind of the Times Square type of thing. Oh, well, I'm glad you all joined us. Hello, how are you doing tonight and evening, everybody? I'm doing good tonight. I subscribed to your channel. Oh, thank you very much on that. And welcome. So we're just going to do some running. I'm going to pull these off, and we're going to do some test running tonight because I was working on some track stuff earlier today, too. So, and I also want to test some new cars that I got weathered today. I want to make sure I didn't get any the weathering, the paint down into the wheel areas, and I've got them all clogged up and stuff. So we're going to get this running here. I can go ahead and pull these off and just set this stuff off to the side. Now you can really kind of see these a little better now. These are the cars that we weathered yesterday that I showed you guys how to weather them. So I'll get you a little bit of a better close-up now with the light. So you can see how that is. We got the nice rust on the ends where it collects. Got the good streaks down the sides. Up on the top. Tried to get it to kind of match the container cars that I already had, that I've had for a while. That's what I worked on today, were container cars. I'll show you that here in just a sec. So what I did today is I did the CSX one. I got virtually everything pretty much done. I just finished wrapping up the rust just a little while ago on the walkways. You can see the the weathering on the top right here. I made this one not as dirty as those cars over there, so this will look a little cleaner, except for the car itself. The containers will look a little cleaner. So that's one we're going to test out tonight and see how it does. I've also got these 3 coal cars. I want to give a chance of getting some runtime on our mixed freight, see how they do. You can see all the rust effects on those. And then the rest of the stuff I worked on is over here. Oh, you probably got a glimpse of it. These are cars that are in progress. I have yet to put the black on. That'll be tomorrow during the live stream. Tomorrow I'll be wrapping these up, putting the black streaks down to give it that final look and get all the rust put up here on the walkways like I did on that. So that'll all be tomorrow morning. Probably our live stream at about 10:30. I got the containers done right here that are going to go into those. You can see some of the weathering effects that I did on these today. I'm trying not to, I don't want to handle them too much because I don't have these dull coated yet. I'll just give you a look at some of the tops and things here and flip it around so you can see the ends and stuff. So that's, I'll get those all finished up tomorrow. I did this stack today. I sanded all of this today with the palm sander. This is what I'm going to be working on tonight while the engines are running, trains are running. I've got to come in here and every one of these recessed windows, I've got to put a little bit of putty on. So I've got 12 panels here that I've got to do that on every window. So I figure since I'm doing that, we might as well just have a run session. And that way we can put some of these new cars on. And I'm going to put the coal cars on the back of this train right here. We'll see how it does. I'm going to swap these out. I've been running this engine a lot, so we're going to put this one, just swap them. Well, thank you. Well, these aren't for sale. These are my personal collection. I think I paid like $1 or $2 a piece at the last train show for them. And then I've done all the weathering on them, and then they're just going to go into these well cars that are right here. And I should have those all wrapped up tomorrow, except for the trucks. I'm not doing the trucks because I'm replacing the trucks with MTLs. So I'm just going to leave them the original black that's on there. All right, so. Oh, well, thank you. Glad you subscribed. And who was that? Oh, Joe, okay. Well, thank you. So we're going to just, I'm going to set the camera over here like I normally do. And we're just going to catch all the trains kind of moving through the downtown area right here. And Gabe will call in any questions that there are while I'm working on this over here. And I'll kind of stop and start these as I'm going, as I add cars and take cars off to test stuff. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to, like I said, swap the engines out, and I'll probably add one of the coal cars to the back right there, and then eventually I'll have all 3 of them added on. And then I think I'm going to add that container car to the back of this one, since I've already got a couple containers here. It might look really nice with it split like that. And that way too I can test, because I did weight the bottom container. So I want to see if I've got the wobble out, or if I need to add more weight, or if there's any issues with that. So I really like how that one came out. So we'll see how that looks, everything all hooked up. All right, so let me go ahead and set the camera back in place, and I'll get this one, go ahead and get this one running, because I'm not adding anything to it just yet. But then I'll get these swapped and I'll get it going too. Oh, thank you, Terry. All right, so let's just, sorry about whipping around like that. Let's get that right back here. I'm going to go underneath here, do the duck under. And like I said, tomorrow we'll be doing the build. The tower that we're working on is going to go right here. That's what I'm working on tonight. That's the Leviathan tower. This is the Artemis, and that's the Mako. This tower right here, the skyscraper right here, is 33 inches tall, and it's almost 60 stories. This one is, I don't remember, it's like about 40, 45 stories, something like that, and it stands about 33 inches tall. The new one, the Leviathan, will be standing about 6 inches taller than this tower right here. We should have that pretty well complete by the weekend. So, yeah, I've done that before. I've got a 3-step pattern I do on my trucks now. I actually mix up my own color rust, and I do a gray wash on the trucks to give it that gray, dingy look, and then I put the rust on top with the mix I do. I'm probably going to show that on a future live stream how I do those. But anyway, so we'll get the one train going, and then I'll get a coal car put on the other, and I'll swap the engines, and we'll get them both going, and then I'm going to start working on those panels. All right, so let's see here. Let's get the one going right off the bat. Like I said, I was working on some track stuff today, so I'm hoping I'm not going to have any derailments or anything, but I might. But that's what testing's for.
Terry says build the aircraft carrier future build.
Says what?
Build the aircraft carrier future build.
Oh, build an aircraft carrier. Well, I am going to be building some ships. They're going to be grain ship, and I'm going to have a container ship. And they're going to go on the outside there of the layout where I was standing just a minute ago.
Ironwood says those buildings are beautiful.
Oh, thank you. I'm really happy with the buildings. The new one's coming out great too, and that's what I'm working on tonight. So I'm really looking forward to getting these. Well, I've got 30 towers to build, 30 skyscrapers to build, so this is going to be probably a year-long project.
Custom Art says, okay, I'll be back. I'm going to go work on my layout.
Okay. Have fun on your layout.
Jay says I applied for a job in that fall skyscraper.
It'd be a good view of the train layout once I get everything done. Be a good building to work in. I'm just putting on the coal car right now.
Jason says coming along nicely. Only what? 27 months to go?
Only what?
Only 27 months.
Oh, 27 buildings to go? Yeah. Yeah, we've got quite a few files already picked out, and I'm not sure what the next one's going to be yet, but we'll get it figured out. It's kind of hard to choose when you've got somebody to choose from, what you want to do next. All right, so I added a coal car to the back side of that other one. So we'll give her a shot and we'll see what it does. The problem with those coal cars is I can't add any more weight into them. This is before I found the good weight that I'm using now, and I thought the simulated coal stuff I put in there in this car right here was going to be heavy enough, and it turns out it's not. And I don't want to dig all that out of there because I pretty much filled the whole thing. But I don't see a wobble on it though. I'm watching it here, and I don't see a wobble on it yet, which is kind of good since it's on the back end like that, the very last car. Yeah, I don't see the slightest little bit of a wobble, and it's only in a few spots. It's certainly not as bad as the DTI, which is one I have to, I'm going to address tomorrow while I'm working on the weathering. This guy right here just loves to wiggle, so it has no weight to it at all. So I'll be adding the split shot fishing weights into it with the glue gun on the inside tomorrow to give it some stability. Once I do that, and if that doesn't help, then I'll put some washers underneath, see if I can stabilize it that way. And if that doesn't work, then I don't know what I'll do after that. We'll just have to wait and see. I am going to be running, I only have one set of power leads for every track right now. They're all right here into the station. I am going to go ahead and put some more power leads over in this other corner over here, just completely opposite of where it's at. So when I do that, I'll have a little more of a uniform speed. I won't have the drop off when I hit that corner with the build back as it gets closer over here. That's looking good so far. I'll let that one go for a while before I add that extra container car onto the back end of it. All right, so I'm just gonna keep adding to this. I've got 2 more cars to put on there, and I've got another one to put there, but I'm gonna let those roll for a while. I'm gonna get started on the panels. Can't hear you.
Market Fleet said it's because it's not hobos on top.
Still can't hear you.
Market Police says you can put some fat hobos on top.
Yeah, I probably could do that. I am gonna have a little hobo camp, over there close to where the camera is right now. So we probably will do that. So if you want to keep up with all of this, we encourage you to like and subscribe. We're gonna be doing probably about 3 live streams a week. We've got so many things going on, so many builds going on, so much custom stuff being done that, it'd be worth subscribing and seeing when the next, live stream will be, because we're gonna do stuff, just neat stuff all the time. They're all tracking pretty good, okay. So I've got my little stack of, plates that I gotta work on. So like I said, I've got to put putty down inside all of that, so we'll drive by it tomorrow, so that, when I go to do this build, I'll have this all nice and smooth.
Market Fleet asked if you're gonna put multiple lights in the building.
Oh yeah, everything's gonna be lit. We'll have window treatments on everything with window shades, colored windows for those, like the buildings you see that have the colored, glass. We'll actually have interiors in some rooms on the sides of some of the buildings, so when we have a camera zoomed in a little bit, you'll be able to, see, inside the buildings. So there'll be all kinds of work done to the buildings, and we're not doing any of that. The process is gonna be getting all 30 buildings built in place, find where we wanna put everything, because things are gonna change around, I'm sure. And the reason we're doing that is I'm not painting anything until then, because I don't want 2 buildings the same color side by side. So eventually this building right here may be somewhere else. So if I painted this one like a light gray right now, then I find I want it over here, and the one over there is already a light gray, then I'd have 2 light gray buildings next to each other. I don't want that. So we're gonna build everything, and then I'm gonna put everything in place, get it all exactly the way we want it. Then we'll paint everything, and then we'll do all the window treatments and light it up. So I'm hoping to have all that done in about 8 months, but that's probably an optimistic, time frame.
Market Fleet says I'm taking my doctor.
There you go. You're gonna have to move closer.
Oh, yeah. You hear me better now?
Not really. But I have the 2 trains rolling right over the top of me.
Yeah, I'll just stand here in the hallway. Paul Rivera said, I recognize this from that movie, The Fugitive.
The Fugitive. That was that Harrison Ford film, I think.
Are you Tommy Lee Jones?
My Tommy Lee Jones. Nope, I'm not Tommy Lee Jones. Boy, this is a very small gap to get these, this putty in. So I don't even know if this is gonna be worth the effort. You know, you see.
Ricky Monroe says, wow, more progress.
Yep, there is more progress.
And there'll be even more by the end of tomorrow's live stream build session, because that's what I'm working on right here on the work table, is I'm putting the final touches on what I've got to do on the walls before I start gluing them together for the third skyscraper, the Leviathan. So is everybody still tracking good? Yep. Yeah, I'll add another coal car on here in just a little while. After I'm probably gonna, if I get like done with 2 panels of putty, I'll put another car on.
But the police says you can put colored lights and light it up different colors like the Empire State of it.
Yep, we are gonna do that on the top of the buildings. We're gonna do a contrasting light color up there. Probably on top of the Mako. We're probably gonna do a green light up in the windows in that top area up there. Probably some amber lights in the one next to it, the Artemis. That roof is gonna be, that upper area right there, it's gonna be the oxidized copper color, the green. So we do like an amber light in that. I think that'll look nice.
Rick, you know, it says, "Ooh, sounds cool, I wish you luck on that."
Well, thank you.
Other police guy asked how long it takes to 3D print them.
Takes how long to do what?
3D print them.
That's a good question. It's a lot longer than I was anticipating. That's why we're hoping to get a second 3D printer. Because right now, how many days are we on just doing this lower part?
3 days.
3 or 4 on just the lower section of the 3 sections on the new one. So, you kind of figure out from there, probably about 5 days, because the rest of the panels are pretty small versus what this foundation was. So probably like 5 days of printing on each building. And then takes about, I'd say, probably a full day to sand and file and get everything ready to go, and then half a day to glue it, put it together. And then painting, that's not gonna take me any time to paint it. I've painted so many models, big models like this in the past that I imagine probably one day I'll have most of a building painted. But then what'll kill the time is gonna be doing the windows and the light treatments, so.
Or the police guy says, yeah, they are slow.
Yeah, they are.
Well, there it says I want it. Thank you, Paul.
It's not Chicago, but a lot of the premise is based on Chicago, a lot of the basic look of it. But the buildings that we're doing are buildings from all around the United States and the world. We've just modified them to fit what we wanted for our city. Our city is just a no-name city right now. We haven't decided on a name for it. We may make that a vote type of thing later, along with voting on some of the names of the skyscrapers. We did come up with the name of the next couple of skyscrapers. We're going to have the Alexandria. We're going to get the LA Tower, that big one that's downtown, that has that round top on it. It kind of looks like a lighthouse. And there was the Alexandria Lighthouse. It was one of the 7 wonders of the world. And it's kind of based on that. So we're going to call that one the Alexandria. We're we're also gonna have the, oh, well, what were they, we were just thinking about them last night.
Oh, hard to please ask if you haven't find any layouts to add here. When there was
Ask us, we had what?
if you haven't find many layouts to add to this.
Oh, by mini layouts? No, this is all just scratch built. You buy a layout, you kind of, that was somebody else's vision. So, this is strictly what I'm putting together out of what I wanted to do, so, that wouldn't work for me doing that. I'll buy a collection occasionally. Well, a long time ago I used to do that. And I just kept what I wanted out of it. Usually it was mostly for cars and engines.
Possibly in the California States.
Oh, Babylon,
Yeah.
because we're gonna have the hanging gardens.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, so we're gonna do one of these towers is gonna have some upper areas that, will actually have some gardens in it. And that tower will be Babylon.
Yeah.
The hanging tower, or the hanging gardens of Babylon. We're trying to theme some on the ancient wonders of the world, plus just kind of some mythological stuff. So we'll have some really cool names, but I know we're gonna run out of names. We're not, coming up with 30. Well, it's actually more than 30 names because we're gonna have to name all of the smaller mid-sized buildings too.
Paul says I used to live in Naperville.
Oh, well, used to go to the train show in Naperville all the time at the DuPage County Fairgrounds. Know that area very well.
The tree lady asks, you said you would put a nail in that middle rail. Did you run out of nails?
No, I've been too busy. I just did not have time to get to putting that nail. That's not part of the track stuff I had to do. Today was mostly a weathering day. I wanted to get some cars done that I've had on the docket for a very long time that I wanted to get finished. So that's kind of where I put my attention today, that and this building with the sanding.
Lloyd says too cool.
Oh, thank you. Who's that?
Lloyd.
Oh, thanks, Lloyd.
You says a little dirty, but it's good to see you have a life, with all the BS going on.
Well, thank you. Yeah, we're just running trains. I'm testing out some cars that I've weathered today, so I'm making sure that the paint that I use down around the bottom and stuff isn't interfering with operations of the trucks and stuff.
Hard to please says you should look at how the Chinese are elevating crane tracks to go alongside buildings built on cliffs.
Well, I don't know if you can see it, but I don't think you can see it from that camera angle. We actually have an elevated track. It's to the left of the building. It's going to be a track that goes behind and through the city, behind the first row of buildings here and through the city. It's going to be a double main line. So we do have a good sized elevated project going on.
KD9 says, good evening, all Wisconsin checking in.
Ah, good evening.
Hi, KD. You says you're welcome to keep moving forward.
Do what?
You says you're welcome to keep moving forward.
Well, thank you. We are. That's all we can do.
John Train says, hello, just found your channel. Those are amazing buildings.
Well, thank you. Thank you, John. I'm actually working on the third building right now. This is just the tedious stuff that I'm doing right now. And I started on the wrong wall because I was going to decide whether I was going to do every one of these walls after I did the front wall. In case I got burned out, at least I had the front wall done. So I kind of pigeonholed myself into having to finish this one side for sure. And then I'll just decide after that if I'm going to do the third side or not. It's going to be worth it. But right now, since we started this, I've only gotten 1.5 wall sections done out of 12.
Or the please ask, how tall are they?
The buildings themselves, the tallest one, the Mako, the one on the right, it's about 35, 36 inches tall, right around there. The Artemis to the left of it's about 33, 30, 32, 33. And the one we're working on now that I've got on the table right here that I'm working on, it will be close to 4 foot. So it'll be between 45 and 48 inches tall.
Because that's what I thought.
Yeah. I counted it and I counted it. I didn't even know when we built it. But the big one on the right has almost 60 stories. And the Artemis next to it, it's in the high 40s to low 50s, I believe. Right around, well, probably definitely in the 40s, somewhere in the 40s.
Christopher says, very nice train.
Thank you.
Crochet Lady said, saw China has built passenger rail on top of the parking building even.
I didn't quite catch that.
Crochet Lady said, saw China has built passenger rail on top of the parking building even.
Oh.
The police said you better have security at the airport.
Just straight at the airport. All right, so as I finish this panel right here, I'm going to add a coal car to the mixed freight. Well, I may not be able to do a whole lot on this tonight. I'm getting low on my putty. Uh-oh.
Oh, yeah.
Truck came right off.
Wow.
I don't, it's that DTI.
Okay.
Yeah. So somewhere along here, there's a pin.
Great.
There it is.
Oh,
That could have been the wobble problem.
yeah.
Get rid of that guy right now, yeah. I figured out a way of, I did it today. I figured out a way of securing these trucks on without making it so permanent.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I'm using the Fabri-Tac,
Uh-huh.
and I put just a little, I put on the end of a toothpick,
Uh-huh.
and I put it right down on the end, inside the hole there. Just a little tiny little bit. So that stuff is great. It's very sticky. It's a great adhesive, but it never completely dries. So when I'm ready to change out the trucks later, I can just do that.
Yeah.
Just pull it out with the little needle nose, and that'll take care of it.
Okay.
Perfect. Well, I'm going to go ahead and add the.
Part of the police says thanks and have a blessed night.
You too. I'm going to put the other coal car on the end right here now. Since I had to take the one off. That's just the thing. I think even when I get the micro trains and stuff, I'm going to use an epoxy, fill every hole, and then truck hole.
Yeah.
And then I'm just going to take and use a tap and put a screw in for every truck. I never have understood this pin.
This is weird.
Yeah.
And council says nice layout. I just got signed in and feel intense about it.
Oh. Well, thank you. We've been working on this for about 5 months now, 4 or 5 months. Something like that?
Yeah, there's that.
What is that? Okay,
What happened?
is that off this other truck? Where is that? No? There's actually, I think, a spring down inside. One of these stupid horn hook things.
Yeah.
I think I've lost a spring. I'll put it over the other trucks and see if I can identify where it came from later.
That's weird.
Yeah, well, it's over here with that, I thought it was part of that DTI,
Yeah.
but it wasn't.
Douglas says, great looking layout, just found you by random. Been thinking about getting back into the hobby and I want HO, but rather considering N scale.
Well, it's never too late to get back into the hobby, and we had HO, we were gonna do HO on the lower level, but we just weren't gonna be able to put enough on it. Industries that I wanted to do, things I wanted to do, so we just went full on in scale with everything. Right now, I'm working in a 7 foot by about 9 foot section, area. And that just doesn't make, you don't get a whole lot of room for HO stuff there. Or that might be the coupler that lost its spring. The last cars, I want to see if this one derails. If it does, then that's going to tell me that it's the coupler on that last car. No. Doesn't seem to be. I'll let those track for a while. Yeah, it was definitely a very busy build day today.
Watson says, wow, those buildings are cool.
Thank you. Working on the third building right now. This one's gonna have some really cool details on it. We've got to print a bunch of side pieces that go on to give a really cool elevation to the sides.
It's outstanding.
Thank you. Okay.
Kevin says cool.
Just gonna have to work on these cars a little later. Thank you. I'm beginning to wonder is that last was the one that I lost the spring off of. I'll take a look. See if that's why maybe it's just not having a give to it. No, it's there. Huh. Okay. Some issues with those wheels. All right. I'll hold up the camera here in a minute. I'll show you what I've been working on over here on the table. So this is what I've been working on. These plates I showed you. So what I've been doing is all these little windows right here all have the filament layers. So all I have to do is just come in and put a little putty across the top and just do a quick sand in each groove tomorrow before I glue all this together. So, but I just finished the second of 12 of these panels. So there's still a little bit to go yet. And then this stuff sands off so quick and so easy. Sanding won't take any time in the morning. I just have to get it so it can dry overnight.
Did you do any weathering on the GTSX cars behind the engine on the middle rail?
No, those are not weathered yet. I just picked those up a little while ago to show. The ones that I've weathered, the ones I was weathering today were, you'll see one of them here pretty soon. It's a CSX intermodal well car. And yesterday in the live feed, I weathered and showed you how I do my weathering on the two auto carriers.
Christopher says, my name is Christopher.
Hello, Christopher. Like we said, if you like what you're seeing here, you might want to subscribe because we're going to be doing between 2 and 3 live streams a week with builds and runs. So if you like this, you don't want to miss one of them, you might think about doing that. And while you're at it, if you want to, you have time. We have almost 1,100 videos on our channel. We've got some great long format videos, and I mean long, they're only 8 minutes a piece. They're the ones that really count and help in the algorithms. So if you've got the time and wherewithal to do it, check them out. That's the ones that really help us out. And the live streams do too, the previous live streams, which are all archived. That's some really good live streams that show well, a lot of stuff. A lot of the builds around here, how I carved those foam rock areas and did all the painting. So that's all on the channel.
Christopher asked, how are you?
Oh, thank you for asking, Joe, sir. I'm doing good.
Will asks, how many passenger cars do you have?
Right now, I don't have any passenger cars. I've got a couple of passenger engines. I've got some Surfliner engines. I've got the 10th anniversary, the one that looks like the sunset, and the track awareness one for track safety.
Will also send a thumbs up to Visual.
Oh, well, thank you. Yeah, I will let everybody know that any gifts, any super chats, everything, I'm sure it's on there, goes right into the layout for more videos. They don't keep any of that personally. Everything that is generated here stays here with the layout. Whether like we've used some of the previous super chats and stuff to finish this jump area here between the two sides of the room. Bought all the lumber for that. And most recently we used some and we were able to buy more filament for more buildings. So it all just goes straight into what you're seeing here. And the more we have on here, the more live feeds we're going to do because there'll be more to show. And more of our other videos, the build videos, all that kind of stuff. So it just goes directly right back into more content for you.
Great Northern asked, is this a father and son project?
Yes, it is. It is a father and son project. He handles all the IT stuff. I do the buildings, and then we both have fun with the running. So he knows everything about the computers and stuff, so I let him deal with all of that. And I don't want to mess with that. I'd rather spend my time working on these buildings and stuff. Hey, I got one full set of walls for the lower section done. I'm going to get the front door area done because I want to make sure I have that. And we'll see how I'm feeling as well. I want to do that other side.
Bruce says that's awesome.
Yeah, it's fun to share it with them.
It's been fun. Neji says, oh man, I've always wanted to get into it.
Oh, well, I'm glad you're here. Was that?
Neji.
Okay. Well, I'm glad you're here. We try showing good projects, fun projects, and now that we're starting to get more rolling stock in, we're going to start doing more runs, and we're like I said, we just got in yesterday the box with 4 more rolls of the filament, the 3D printer filament. So that's 4 more skyscrapers. So they're going to be hitting the rail, hitting the city here the next roughly month. And then we'll be at 8 skyscrapers. That'll be, let's see, what's that? Just a little over, about maybe a third. No, about a quarter. Between a quarter and a third of the total amount of skyscrapers we'll have.
White Soul says this is incredible.
Oh, well, thank you. I'll show you what I'm working on here. I'm probably working on the front piece. So this is, like I said, I'm working on these panels. So when we do the live stream tomorrow, we're doing the build on the next big building. This is the front piece, like the ones over there. We have some overlays coming that are gonna make, they'll come up here and they'll cover this and we'll cover this to give kind of an undulation to the front. This is gonna go, let me get the pieces that go with it. I'll just kind of hold it up here. This shows you how big this building is gonna be in comparison to the Mako. This is just the foundation sections, the foundation layout. So try not to knock anything over so I don't hit the engines and frames. But this goes like this, and then there's another half section that goes on top of this, and then that's the first of 3 levels that we're going to have on this big tower. So this big tower is going to stand a good 4 foot, maybe a little bit more in height, and it's going to be somewhere here in the grouping.
Wario says awesome.
Thank you.
Douglas asks, is there a specific reason you went with flex track over unitrack?
I went with the Flex Track because I've worked with Flex Track pretty much my entire life, mostly in HO. And I just find it, for me, this is just me, because everybody has their preferences, but I find it easier to work with. There's a lot of people say, well, it's just simple to plug it all together. It is. Just snap everything together. But by the same token, you're limited to your what radiuses you have, your turnouts, everything. I mean, I've adjusted my track a lot, making everything work perfectly for larger scale, larger length cars, engines, and I've been able to fit my space better with going with Flex Track versus a standard snap track type of thing.
Wario asks, playing the camera again.
Have the camera around?
Yeah.
Yeah, give me just a minute here. Let me finish this thing up and then I'll give you a quick tour of the layout. I'm just finishing up this one wall section here and then I'll do that. Then I'll point out where everything's kind of going. I didn't really talk about that before we got running tonight. I'll show you where the helix is going to go. Point out where some industries are going to be. Let me just finish up this one right here.
Will asks, how did the idea of camera mounted to the ceiling that shows the whole layout down?
How did the what feel?
Oh, how does the idea of a camera mounted to the ceiling that shows the whole layout down?
Yeah, we're going to play around with a lot of different camera angles when we really get this going. We're going to be doing multi-camera streams, and we will be doing the bulk format stream too. So you'll have both the vertical and the horizontal going at the same time. And we'll probably have like the split screen stuff eventually, especially when we start getting a lot of the details built, because we've decided to go ahead and have a subway also. So we're going to want a camera that we can watch the subway cars go by, trains go by. So we're going to have a multi-camera operation on this thing eventually, just so you can see everything that's happening. Because this upper level up here is going to have 6 main lines. So that's an awful lot of trains. It's an awful lot of details, a lot of businesses. The one camera is just not going to cover it eventually. And so we will definitely have multiple camera use. And sometimes we might even get like a fisheye type and set it back in the corner for some days, just so you can see all 6, all 6 main lines in operation and see where all the trains head. So that is all in the works. It's just a matter of time and money.
Douglas, on the track, he says that's fair. I always just found it interesting that in HO, most go flex track, while most I see in N scale use, think they use that.
Yes, and I see the same thing. I see in its skill, it's a lot of unitrack. And it makes sense. this Unitrack, you can set it up anywhere. What I see a lot of are guys setting up stuff like on the floor in the living room or on a table somewhere, because they don't have a dedicated space. You know, they're, for whatever reason, they just don't have it at this point in their life, and it makes it really easy to do. And I think that's great for that. And but I actually had this 7 foot by roughly 7 foot by 9 foot space, and was able to have a dedicated layout here. So I just went with what my dad always used, which was the flex track stuff. Okay, I got this other panel done, this one right here. So I will give you a quick tour around all the trays are running before I get to the next panel, which is this guy right here.
Mario asked, why is Lionel selling trains for $2,000 to $4,000?
Why to do what?
Why is Lionel selling trains for $2,000 to $4,000?
I think mostly because it appeals to, Lionel appeals to an older crowd, and they know their demographic, and a lot of those guys that have been collecting it for years. They're willing to spend that for it. I'm not in that league. I personally like the details better on the smaller gauges. So let me get outside the room here. Outside, let me get through the duct under here, and I can just kind of pan around a little bit. Okay, so like I was talking about, here's our elevated track right here. There'll be 2 tracks. There'll be a second track eventually. It goes back over here, then it's going to go over here, then it's going to go over here. This is our convention center that we're working on. It'll have a full tower that'll go up to about right here with a larger convention area right here. The elevator will come to it. We'll actually have one of the elevated tracks go sort of into it for passenger service, and one will detour around it. Like I said, this is where the new one's going to go. The Leviathan building will be right here. Well, actually, I'm thinking about moving this one over to here and putting Leviathan right here, since this is going to be, he's going to be our biggest showpiece and focal point. It's going to be right there. So, as you can see, this is our station right here. We're going to be creating. Today we talked about a lot. Well, past couple of days, we're going to create like a Broadway section. We're going to get small LCD screens that will have advertisements on them. I'm thinking about making a wide street right here that goes back, buildings on either side, and then signs lit on either side of the street, so you can, so when we're filming, we might set the camera up over here and you'll be able to see the lights of the city in addition to all the regular lights. So we're basically going to have skyscraper after skyscraper lined up along here, and on the back too, behind the elevated track. Right here is about how we'd use some of the gift money. This is what some of the gift money bought, was building this section right here. So this is, we haven't done anything right here because there's going to be a lot of switches right through this area. Basically, we're considering the 3 lower main lines, this area being staging. That gets you to the rest of the layout. So even though this is where our main passenger terminal is right here. So once this thing switches through here, a couple switches over there to here, to where everything can move to where it needs to go. It's all going to kind of branch off over here, and this is where the helix is going to go, is right here. Okay. This is in scale, and it is fun. I'm having a good time doing it. Oh, well, take care. Glad you joined us. We'll be doing a live feed tomorrow morning at between 10:30 and 11, where I'm going to be building the big Leviathan building and working on the platform for the station. Yes, yeah, they're good ones too. Yeah, we are. We're going to put a flat car together, and we're going to have one on the front of a train, because we're lighting the whole area up underneath the station right here, and I think it'd be really cool when the flat car pushes them. You know, it's being pushed underneath here, and you'll be able to see all the lights and all the people on the platform waiting for the passenger.
And then you'll be able to take the train, you'll be able to take the camera and go into the helix, which will go down here. And over here is going to be our entire mountain area on the underside here with some canyons, some bridges, tunnels, and then out into our industry over here and some yards that are going to curve over here because we're going to have a huge station down here. And we'll have the loop around track that goes back to the helix. So we will be doing that. And so this is all going to be big buildings over here also. Right here along this, we are going to put, in addition to the spur going off to the helix, we're going to bring this out about this far right here, and we're going to put some grain silos at this end, and right here we're going to have a container car unloading area. Container unloading area, because we're going to have this, we have a drop down right here for a little wharf section that'll have interchangeable ships. We'll have a huge Laker type ships that'll be for grain or containers, and so we'll have a big, this will all be industry right along here. We're thinking about maybe putting yards over on this wall right here with a jump track either over to here or over to here. And maybe splitting, we're going to be putting, this is mostly going to be a display cabinet, so I keep all the trains out and lined up, but we may split that with a yard section right there. So that's what we got. So right now, like I said, I'm working on the panels right here. So that should be, I'm going to try to get the front walls done for sure. I've got 2 sides done for tomorrow. And then I'll decide if I'm going to finish up. But, well, I've seen really cool Lego layouts actually at the train shows. They're really, I've seen some really neat stuff, some really great engines and cars and everything. So, it slows down right there. I've got a joint right there. I wonder if I've got a, I don't know, everything's good. Well, I get some extra power leads on it, it'll be better. Alright.
Says epic and Will says nice.
Oh, well, thank you guys.
Wario says the train yard would be cool.
Yeah, I definitely want to have a train yard down on the lower level. I'll just be stocked with all these weathered cars and everything, and I will have a lot of graffiti cars too.
Ultra Beats asks, how rich do I have to be if I want to start this hobby?
Not very. It's actually, depending upon how you do it, it can actually be a very reasonable hobby. I'll tell you exactly how much I have in mind right now. Not counting rolling stock, and I don't have that much in rolling stock, in all honesty. I buy cars used, and I like weathering and beating them up and everything and making them look worn. So I don't mind if they have a little bit of wear on them already, as long as they're not just, destroyed. So most of my cars I buy for like $5 a piece. Right now, I did a cost analysis on everything. I've talked about this before, and people don't believe me when I say it, but it's the truth. Both levels of this layout, all the bench work, all the track, all the scenery materials, all of the PLA for the 3D prints for the buildings, the 2 power packs, the 2 just DC power packs for testing, all the hardware, which is the screws, plates for underneath for reinforcement, all the foam, every bit of it. I'm only into this right now at $450. That's just a little more than the price of the sound and a DCC and sound engine.
Ultra Beat says, okay, becoming a billionaire is unlike you do next time.
Well, you don't even have to do that. I mean, we're not, and not by a long shot. I mean, $450 to have an operational layout. If I had spent, probably another for lumber and track, probably like another $150, and I'd have the helix and track on the lower level. So I could actually, for about $600, I could have 2 fully operational levels. That's just the price basically of 2 engines. And that's everything you need to run on. So, or run them on, rather, sorry.
Ultra Beat says, whoa, that's actually quite reasonable.
It is. It is. I do everything on the budget plan. All of my track is used. I buy it, I inspect to make sure it's not
generator bent or anything like that, or having issues, not missing too many ties, because I can replace ties, it's not that big a deal. So I take and I recondition it. I don't pay more than 50 cents to $1 a section for track. And that's for almost a 3 foot long section. I think it's like 30 inches. So you can do this cheap and have fun with it. I mean, you know, 450, 450, 460 right now, total in on this. And we're having a great time. Now, okay, so people are gonna say, well, your 3D print, so how much does the 3D printer cost? Well, 3D printer cost us $300, just a shade over $300. First big building we made, we paid for that 3 times over. Because I went online when I was starting to think about doing a big city, and I started looking around to see custom builders and how much they charge for big buildings, and it was astronomical. That Mako Tower, our tallest one right there, the cheapest I could find, that came close to that, in quality and size, ran $900. So that's 3 3D printers, or 2 3D printers, and all the filament you would need to build an entire city. So the 3D printer has paid for itself and what it has saved me. And it's allowed us to build something really cool. So if you have the wherewithal, you can find them on sale for quite a bit less than that. So if you have the wherewithal to do it, it's the best thing for model railroading that I have found. If you want a lot of custom stuff, buildings, scenery things, just whatever. I mean, I've even found some really great files for cars that are really expensive in scale, but aren't going to cost me hardly anything to print. So,
Got a couple things here.
okay.
Okay. Ultra Beat says, I wish N steel wasn't scarce where I live.
Wasn't scarce?
Yeah.
Yeah, it is kind of hard to find. HO is definitely easier.
Jared asks this question: do you think my engines and stuff would be good? Because they're in the shed unused for 2 years now, and it's been really cold.
Okay, I didn't catch most of that.
Okay. Jared asks, quick question.
Uh-huh.
Do you think my engines and stuff will be good?
Uh-huh.
They're in the shed unused for 2 years now, and it's been really cold.
Okay, yeah, they should be fine. All you really need to do is just oil and lube the engines. Grease, label grease, or label oil, I can't remember which one it is. But just pop the shells off, clean out into the old grease. It's easy to do. It's usually caked up, and just get everything lubricated inside there, the gear towers, on the drive lines, everything, and you'll be good to go. These things are pretty easy to work on and pretty easy to maintain, and yeah, I wouldn't have any problems. I don't think you'd have any problems with that at all.
He says, okay, say.
Yeah, no problem.
Ultra Beat says, I have big plans of combining trains with RC, but I couldn't figure out which scans work well.
I've seen a lot of the like slot car racing and stuff in HO. There's a lot of combination things that you can get, track and where you have crossings and things for both the cars and the trains at the same time. And so you've got your racetracks and all that. That's the kind of stuff you were talking about. They make all those kind of pieces. You just kind of have to. Most hobby shops actually will carry a basic starter set for it.
Who said trains asked if you have an O scale set?
If I have an O scale set. No, we used to have O scale. But I've really scaled back over the years, and now I've got a 7 foot by a little less than 9 foot space. I couldn't do anything with that on O scale. I mean, I could do a very small loop.
Subject Hunter says that's a really nice train set.
Oh, thank you.
Ultra Beat says there was a railroad place in Germany with an average of 5 million per project. It's called Miniature Wonderland.
Yes, I have seen many videos on that layout in Germany. It's fantastic. I love the airport. I think that's one of the coolest things I've ever seen on a model train layout. where the planes actually take off. That's awesome. Well, and actually real water with the boats on them, actually moving on real water. If I ever got to Germany, that was gonna be a must see.
Will says, yes, awesome, I got to visit one time while traveling.
Yeah.
Speaking of model railroads in Germany, they use one specifically for training their signalers and controllers.
Oh. That's pretty cool.
Bear asked for the made and wired block signal.
I made what?
Made and wired block signal.
Not yet. We are gonna have signals pretty much everywhere on this. When we get to that stage. This is just, we're in the real early stages. I've only been at this thing for like less than 4 months total, and mostly been working on scenery aspect and doing the big building builds. So we will be doing block signals where everything will light up appropriately for when the trains are coming or passing through. So that's the ways down the line. That'll be getting when we get towards the end of everything.
Ocean says, very cool.
Yeah.
Do you think I got to start a goal?
I don't know. That's up to you.
Yeah, I could explain it. Will says, all right, well, I got to go. It's 11:11 over here, and I'm wishing for some sleep. See you next time.
Yeah, well, just look for, if you subscribe, you'll get a notice.
Thanks.
Next ones are.
Thanks for tuning in.
Yeah.
Bear asks, will you put lights in your skyscrapers?
Oh yeah, there'll be lights. We're actually going to have on scattered windows on the face of the buildings on the different sides. We'll actually have little boxes with rooms inside too, to where you'll actually like maybe about 10 on each side. Where depending on whether it's like an apartment, a hotel, or an office building, we'll have the appropriate room that'll be lit up and should be able to see. In addition to all the rest of the lighting of the entire building.
Miss says 2 words, Godzilla.
I know. I've had that comment a couple times. Putting the Godzilla on there.
Wario asks, how long do tracks last before replacement?
If you keep them clean, they'll last a long time.
If you have metal wheels too, where they don't get dirtied up.
Right. Yeah. That'll help it. And yeah, because it'll keep the and it just won't be wear and tear on your wheels either. Having the metals. If I was doing HO, everything would be metal. Unfortunately, I don't think micro trains, most of their sets come with plastic.
Let's see. Ultra Beach says I subbed and liked as well. See you guys next time. Thanks for the advice you gave.
Glad you did.
Yeah, thank you.
Like I said, we'll be on tomorrow, which for some of us, it's already almost tomorrow. Tomorrow morning, we'll be doing the build on this big building.
Bear says that's so cool. Thanks.
Yeah.
Elazar asks, do you control dust in some way?
This room is pretty well sealed. I put plastic over all the windows. It only has a very small vent that comes into it. It's on an upstairs. This is on our second floor in our house. The only thing I really cover is the rolling stock, and I'll just put some paper towels over that when they're not in use. I'll wait and see after the buildings start to be up for a while as to what I'm going to do about that. Worst case scenario is I'll just hang some drop cloth plastic from the ceiling, and I'll kind of cordon things off when I'm not running. Stuff will be just kind of covered a little bit, but I've had stuff in here for quite a while. I haven't really seen anything so far.
Bear asks, do you or will you sell skyscraper kits?
Yeah, we've been thinking about it. We've been giving that some thought. I'm not sure, depending on how you, the thing is, we can't decide, like, if a person wants to do, there's a lot of work involved with them after they're printed. You gotta do a lot of sanding, filing, puttying, and we're not sure if people wanna go through all of that, or if we do that work for them. And if so, what do we charge for those kind of things? Not to mention, the time involved, chewing up the time on the printer. It's all factors that we'll consider about that. But we have thought about it. We're going to a train show in Rockford. I think it's the end of March, and we'll see how people respond. We're gonna take probably two or three of some extra of the big skyscrapers with us. And I kind of have a price in mind, what I think I need to get out of them for the time involved, especially if I'm the one that does all of the work on it, getting every side perfect, where all they gotta do is just glue it together and paint. So if they're willing to do if the person's willing to do all of the sanding, then of course the price is a lot less, if we're just printing. So I don't know. We've thought about it, but we just can't decide, if in today's society, people really want to deal with all the work, and if not, if they're willing to pay us what we think it's worth to do what we do.
Bear says I'd be in for a few to buy.
Okay. I'll tell you what, why don't you contact us through the channel? You have our email there.
Yeah, if you go to our channel description, our email is in there.
And when we get a few extras put together, and we kind of see what it takes to just have it as a business type of a thing, and what we need to get out of it, and we'll see what the kind of reception is at the Rockford show. And then we'll let you know as far as what pricing will be. Because I just don't even have a clue right now at this point. I've never really considered, how many hours I put into one of these. So actually, I'd have to keep track of it to make sure that whatever we charged isn't too exorbitant. Also is fair for the amount of work involved.
Bear says, okay, will do, thank you.
Yeah, well, thank you for the interest.
Elzar, this is about the controlling the dust.
Yes.
I say, labor of love, I'm sure. Thank you for answering my question.
Sure. Oh. Yeah, so I'll keep everything pretty clean over the years. I've bought too many buildings at train shows where everything, and cars and stuff, that I have spent hours and hours cleaning the layers of dust and grime off of, that I don't want any of mine to look like that. And especially when we're talking about buildings like this and the amount of work and material and effort that's going into them. So I'm certainly gonna do my best to keep everything as spotless as I can. And that's the modeler's lament as far as keeping everything clean. And it's one thing keeping your tracks clean, that's fairly simple. But actually keeping everything else clean, that's a whole different matter.
And something's going on here,
But
keeps losing connections right in.
it slows down right there. And I think there's a dead zone right in here
Yeah.
where when I get this other jumper feed over here, yeah, I know it slows down right there. I've been watching it. It didn't do it the other night.
It's like a little bit of, is it pretty clear? Oh, it is.
There's something on the track.
Yeah.
And that could just be off the wheels.
Yeah, no, it's like a piece of fiber or something.
Did you get it?
You can hardly one. So this.
Oh, don't use that.
Oh, okay.
You don't put metal on a track like that. If you happen to cross those two sides,
Yeah.
you'll short the power supply. Just take
Oh.
a Kleenex or something,
Yeah.
dust it off.
Let's see. Oh, Douglas says you wouldn't happen to know of N-scale custom locomotive builders, would you? I think the only thing stopping me from N-scale is the fact there's no N-scale SD60F.
That I don't know. I've not seen any. That's not to say they're not out there. What you might do is go to Facebook join a couple of the N-scale groups and ask around. Be careful though, because I've seen a lot of scrupulous guys take money deposits and stuff like that, and then not do the work. But get somebody that has a good reputation, good feedback, and they're there, and that's my recommendation. And if it was if I was still doing HO, I'd offer to do it, because I've done a lot of custom HO stuff. This is one right here, in fact. This is that's a -9 B unit that I built out of a C44-9 that had a cab on it. And I made a cabless unit out of it and painted this. It was black. Put a GP60B nose on there with modifications. Decaled it up. I just got to get a power system for it. So I do a lot of custom stuff. You get it?
I don't see anything. No,
Right there.
right there.
Yeah.
Maybe there's a rails on the bridge something.
Well, I looked, but it looks good.
Well, yeah, it does. Who knows?
And they might have been doing it the other night too. I just didn't notice it then.
Yeah.
But I think when I put that other power
Uh-huh.
over here, we'll get rid of a lot of the slowdown issues.
Yeah. Dougler says, yeah, I'm being safe with it.
Good.
No, it's not a ladybug, crochet lady.
Oh, yeah. No ladybugs tonight.
No.
We've had box elders, even with all this cold weather, but no ladybugs. We'd rather have the ladybugs. All they do is eat my acrylic paint. Box elders stink. I'm almost down to just 2 panels.
Yeah.
That's great.
Plugging away, yeah. So that'll be better for tomorrow morning. I know I don't have time to get everything done before the builds tomorrow. Well, one of the panels is a shorty,
Mm-hmm.
so really,
Probably easy.
yeah. It'll still take me a good hour tomorrow to clean these all up. Even after sanding, because I'll have to come into every window and gouge out the extra stuff.
Yeah.
And actually, this one has 3 rows less of windows. So really, the biggest one I did was just the one that's there with the last 3. So please, if you've enjoyed this, do like and subscribe. We're trying to get our subscription count. We're trying to hit 5,000 subscribers. We were hoping to do it before my son went back to college. But that's Monday. I don't think that's going to happen. But you never know. Anything can happen in life. So, but anyway, this way you'll keep up with all of the videos we do. Like I said, we have almost 1,100 videos, reviews, live streams, the whole works. We also will be doing live streams from Mad City Train Show and the Rockford Show coming up. We're probably just going to set the camera up on our table at Rockford and just leave it going the whole day. So we'll guys be able to keep you guys in the loop of the show. The live stream we did at Train Fest, people really enjoyed that. Oh, and I'll be doing an interview with one of the module groups. Hopefully, we talked about it. I talked about with the guys on Monday at the Rockford show. So they've got a great traveling layout. So we should be doing that. We'll get some really cool information and neat stuff coming up. I am definitely gonna have to do another bottle or tube of this Leviathan. I'm getting there. I think I'll have enough for this lower section, but I know I'm not gonna have enough to do the entire middle section. We used, with the track, we used the Woodland Scenics foam road bed. And it's really fairly quiet other than the sounds of the engines themselves. And being that it's the Atlas Flex track, we don't have all the joints, so we don't have all the clicking noise. So it's actually fairly quiet. It's just hard when I've got two engines here going, two trains going, to see it, hear everything that happen. Is it really slowing down even more? Or about the same?
It's slowing down even more. It was.
I'll take a look here.
Right between the seat.
Okay, I'll take a look here.
Oh,
What,
what's on the back?
is there
Yeah.
black or something, or?
Yeah.
You know, that, you see, you know, from all the painting, all the weathering,
Uh-huh.
everything.
It's bound to happen.
Yeah, I will take a look here. I'll get the sandpaper. And we will just, and I might not have caught it originally either.
Yeah.
I might have missed a spot. If I get this one done, I'll take a look and see. Stop for just a second and I'll roll the, well, and, you know, and I might not have gotten all the sandpaper debris off.
Oh, yeah.
Give it a shot. Get it 50%. That's usually the culprit is just first. We got this one row left to go here. And then just want a little half pieces. I'll have everything for tomorrow ready.
Yeah.
Those cold cards are right there.
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna have to do some work on those.
Are ya?
Yeah. Okay. I think it's a weight issue. I'm not sure what I'm gonna do about that.
No.
Just not heavy enough. Okay, we got that. Let me get. Here. 600. Stop it for a second.
Yeah.
Let me point out where it's at.
Hmm.
Oh, wrong one. Let's get this by right. Where's it at?
It's on your side, that rail runs right down to here.
Okay, let's get this out of the way right here. Oh, I can actually feel something on that.
Uh-huh. I can take this time to mention the goal.
If you want to, yeah. I don't know how much longer we're gonna be on here, but yeah.
Yeah. So the goal down at the bottom of the screen, if you end up sending like a super chat or a gift or whatever, we've been keeping a full sheet of people's usernames that have donated to us. And along the fascia there of our layout, or somewhere, we're going to put a plaque, or a couple of plaques, of people's usernames who do end up donating. So if you do send anything like that, then you'll be memorialized on our layout as a token of our appreciation for helping make this possible.
Okay, let's give.
Well,
Come off of there. Where's that little screw?
not wanna.
There we go. I'll do that shot.
Crochet Lady says you might not be able to get out of your driveway if it keeps snowing like it is now. Don't know what it's doing at your place though.
Yeah, it's doing pretty good. It was supposed to stop at 8. And that didn't happen.
All right.
Let's see how that does.
Gee,
That was it.
not a. Hey, we fixed it.
It just built up right there.
Yeah.
No biggie.
Yeah. Doesn't slow down anymore.
No, well, we've got plastic wheels on everything, and that's right after a joint. So I'm
Yeah.
guessing we're having a little bit of build up. This is just flowing nice now. I may just wind up hitting these like once a week to track about once a week. Come around and just take the sandpaper and dust everything off really well. Did it get all right?
Yep. Running smooth.
Yeah, I thought it was. I'm still putting the extra feeder lines down.
Oh.
Because I just, I need to have power back here in this corner, especially when you start putting switches in and things.
Yeah.
This is how this always goes. I always almost to the point where I'm going to give up on something for the day. And I just keep at it. And this is the last panel. Almost. I'm glad I got this done tonight, though. Could have done it tomorrow morning, but then it would have been pushing it close for it to dry. Still doing all right?
Yep. Douglas says, to be fair, you should see the wild pics from Russia of snow piled up to the top of high rises.
Oh, yeah. Seen those. You watch a lot of cams from around the world, and some pop up every now and then from Siberia. That's amazing what they get. So again, if you want to keep up with us, please like and subscribe. All those help with our metrics and the algorithm.
JR says, that's cool.
Thank you.
Douglas says, I thought we got a lot here in Alberta, Canada, LOL.
Yeah. You had a pretty active window here.
Crochet Lady says, let's call for a snow day and we can snooze to when your live starts tomorrow.
They won't call it for just this little bit of snow. I think they're going to call it for on Friday for the temperature. The fact that we're not going to, we don't even get above 0 for a regular temperature, and we're going to have wind chills at -40. So I think they're going to be, I think it's -28 is what the wind chill threshold is. All right. That's it.
Yay.
That was all done. How long have we been on?
Hour 34. Yeah, that's pretty good.
How long did you set the target for?
It's 45 minutes, so there's a half hour left. But
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna clean everything. I'm gonna just hit all this track one more time before I put the ballast down. And then that way, it'll be nice and clean. And we start doing that, and then I'll clean it right after the valves in case there's glue. And I should try putting that, nah, we'll save that for another day. Let's try to put that CSX on there. That, container carbon, I think we'll just save that for another day. Wow. Yeah, he's just kind of been staying steady at that kind of a speed right there.
Mm-hmm. I'm doing good.
If you wanna go work on something, I can keep track of this guy.
Okay.
That's up to you.
I'm not sure. I got all
Hey, Ken. You what?
got all the I-beams made, so
Oh, are they made?
Yeah.
Oh, good.
it's good. Print them.
So how many did we get?
There were 13.
13? Okay.
I'll print them before.
Or in the morning, it's
Yeah.
fine even. That's. Thanks, Chair. Wait till you see the new big building that we're working on. That's what I've been sitting over here at the table doing is, I've been sanding and, puttying the new panels for the new skyscraper that's gonna go next to those other two. It's gonna be taller than the tallest one there by about 6 inches. So, we're gonna be doing the build for that tomorrow morning live, about 10:30 in the morning or so. Get that a little more speed
Yeah.
than that. Before I cover everything, I wanted to get all the putty off my fingers.
Oh, yeah. I can stay here and chat.
Oh, sure.
Oh.
I started looking for some passenger engines. I found, in addition to the Amtraks, we already have the Surfliner Amtrak. I found some P-42s in the Phase 7 paint scheme. Decent price, under $100. So I'll save up a little bit on that, and we'll try to get one of those in. I'll try to build an Amtrak and get this third rail operational. I've got 2 corners I've got to deal with for this inside track right here. That once I get that those 2 curves done, it'll handle the longer cars. Right now, it won't handle the longer cars. Or engines, or 6-axle engines. I'm not worried about that with the P-42s because they're 4-axle. But it definitely will be a problem with the larger cars. Oh shoot, I'm just getting tired. I can't think of them. But anyway, the Amtrak cars. I'm gonna probably make the passenger platform on that inside track. Underneath the station, so that's where the passenger trains will all have to route to, is this, that inside track right there, so. I think maybe this weekend, maybe on Saturday's build, we will, I'll probably tackle that track and try to get that, worked out and do some testing on it. Cause I definitely need to be able to handle the bigger stuff. If I can get it to take these auto racks, I could probably get it to do the superliner cars. That's the word I was looking for. Yeah, I like when they pass each other. Once we get the 3 tracks going, you'll see 3 train beat-ups on a regular basis. And then we get the 6 tracks up here going. There'll be trains crossing over each other with the elevated tracks, and there'll be all of this running here. And we'll have 6 trains all going at the same time, all running through this big city up here. So it'll be pretty neat when we get the rest of the track each time. And again, like I said, please like and subscribe. It helps us out with the, like I said, with all the algorithms and everything, and that way you'll be notified on our next live. We're gonna have a live tomorrow and a live on Saturday. And then next week, we'll probably be doing them on Tuesday and Thursday again, or maybe Friday next week. Tuesday and Friday. And each day we'll have run and work sessions. I think we're gonna wind down here in a little bit. I gotta get up at 5. So that's only 6 hours from now, a little over 6 hours from now. And I got up at 5 this morning so I could clear the driveway from the snow, and that's why I'm gonna do that the same thing tomorrow morning. So I'm a little tuckered out. So I think we're gonna bring these around and we'll let them gonna wind them down here. Let's see. And then tomorrow I'll be adding on some more of the weathered cars. I'm gonna put, part of tomorrow's build will be finishing up the container cars that I showed you earlier tonight. I'll do a quick little walk around. I'll show you what we're gonna work on tomorrow. And then we'll just call it a night. Let's see here. All right, so tomorrow, working on all of this. We'll be adding all the girders along here underneath and the ones that go here. And we have all the ones to drop down for the extra support. So we're going to just finish this whole platform tomorrow. And then over here, let's get this. I'm going to finish these container cars right here. I've done 2 colors so far. I've done the rust and the white fade down. This car back up here, we did this today. I've pretty well finished it up. You can see all the rust, everything on that. And the containers are nicely, lightly weathered. These are all the containers right here for those other two cars up top there. You can see all the weathering on tops and the sides. So I'll finish these up, and then this is what I was working on tonight. I got all of the putty put on those panels. So that's those are all set to go. I've just got to take this sanding block, which I'll show you guys tomorrow during the live feed. Sand the little bits down before I start gluing it together. Then I'll glue those 12 sections together, which is the foundation of the new big one that's going to go right here. That'll stand about that much taller than the other building. So that's all. But tomorrow we've got panels that'll take us up to about, let's say about right here, probably about right there. So yes, it's past my bedtime, crochet lady. So good night. Glad you joined us. So that's what we're going to do tomorrow. Is we're going to start the build of the 3rd tower. Work more on these container cars right here, the weathering, get them finished, assembled back, loaded in, and work on these the platform for the station and all this. So it'll be a very busy day tomorrow. So we're probably going to start between 10:30 and 11 Central Standard Time, somewhere right around there. Get a good look at the side right now, because when I move it, you're not going to probably be able to see the side anymore. But anyway, so we'll be doing that tomorrow.
So you want to come see how we put one of these big skyscrapers together, you might like and subscribe so that you can get notified as to when we go live, because I'm not sure exactly, but we always put a notice up about an hour before, between a half an hour to an hour before we get ready to go live with it. So anyway, so I hope you got me back out here so you can get an overall view of the place. So again, this is the area we're concentrating on right now, is all the buildings that go here. And then we'll be branching over to here, and then we'll fill all this in with buildings, get rid of all the shelves. This will all be skyscrapers. We got 30 skyscrapers to put in, stretched across here. And helix over here, and then the second level down below will be mountains and all the rest of the scenery and stuff. So we have got a lot to do. That's not tomorrow, obviously. Probably I've got a target date of between like 8 and 12 months to get a bulk of this all finished up. Now, these are perfectly parallel. It looks like it's leaning, but it's the camera. It's not. They're not actually leaning. They're perfectly parallel to each other and perpendicular to the table. It's just how the camera's showing it. So anyway, we did some good testing. I found out I had some problems with these cars. I got to work on the trucks a little bit because the back, on both of them, the back truck came loose. Well, not loose, but it derailed. So I think it's a weight issue. I don't know how I'm going to solve that, but I'll figure something out. And then, oh, well, thank you. So we've been on here for almost 2 hours. So we're going to go ahead and, like I said, we're going to wrap it up, but we will be here 10:30, 11 o'clock in the morning, live streaming and working on all this other stuff that we talked about. So if you've got the ability to come join us, I hope you do. But otherwise, we'll do one on the weekend also, probably Saturday during the day, late morning, early day there. Not sure what we're going to be working on. It's what's going to ever be left over out of this stuff. Thank you, Max. We'll be working more on this tomorrow. So anyway, so you guys have a good night. I'm gonna, since like I said, I gotta go probably shovel snow at 5 o'clock in the morning, so I'm heading to bed. So you guys take care, and then we'll talk to you tomorrow.